Welcome to the weekly recap for the week of April 18th through the 21st. Okay, so just looking at the general market, we've had a couple of distribution days, and pretty much during this time period, I was mostly long and took a couple of shorts. So let's just get into it. I'm not going to talk about the 2 weeks that I haven't recapped for, just because I don't have the time, but I did enter short this guess, and on a weekly you can see that we had some institutional selling, and it came up on less volume, more selling, and I did get stopped out. Shorted at 38.42, got stopped out at 39.15. I think it was probably a 2% loser. You can check the blog for that. Melly was, let me actually start off with a position that I've had for a little bit. I sold half somewhere around here, then finally got stopped out during the week. It was pretty much a break-even trade. I think I got in at 42.08 and got stopped at 42.25. So for the newer trades, I entered this Melly. You can see it had a nice consolidation pattern these 2 weeks here. On the daily, looked good. Entered a break of the 87 mark. And then I sold some for a 3% gain. I did want to hold a little longer, but I wanted to take some profits in this one. ATK is a stock that I shorted during the week. You can see that we did have a little bit higher volume here, and then the volume for the days that it went up was a little less than the typical volume. So still in it, shorted at 67.86, and my stop will take care of me if I get stopped out. WAB entered this one long at 68.63. Has a nice consolidation pattern right here. These 2 weeks here. And then this is a weekly. Had some more buying, increased buying. So letting this one work. Got in at 68.63 as I just mentioned, and waiting for take some profits if it reached a particular percentage, or I get stopped out. Rax was another one I entered. Looks nice. Had a couple of. This is kind of like a cup and handle formation. We had increased buying here on this week. We did have some selling, but the buyers had come back in, and so we had about 2 weeks of closes within 1%, and it popped here. Wasn't on the greatest volume, but I'll let this one work and see what it does. LUFK energy play that I entered. I entered a little late, but we can see that we had 3 weeks of closes probably within 1% or so, or very close to it. It popped on this week. I got in at 95.95. Actually almost got stopped out on this day here. I put the stop a little more than I wanted to, and the stop was at 90, so I missed it by 4 cents. And we'll see what happens with that one. IL. I really think this is going to be one of the next bigger names. We'll have to see what happens, of course, but it could be a $40, $50 stock. You see that for the tire, it looks like it's a relatively new company, but you see that right here, this is obviously telling me something if it works. But look at all the institutional buying here. So I did get stopped out over here. I had some shares, and then I entered this week at 31.63. And just gonna give it some time to work. Obviously, there's a stop in place, but I'm giving this one a little more room than I typically do. Okay, and some other stocks that I entered on the Thursday before Good Friday. This LXU got in at 40.14. Had some nice volume here, and then these 2 weeks here we came down on lighter volume. So and it's a fundamentally good stock. So we'll let that one work. Netflix, not the greatest play. The shares on this one are less than I typically do, but we do have a cup and handle. It's not that I'm playing the pattern. I just do like the weekly a little bit. So I got in at 249.23 and let this one work. Note that it does have earnings Monday after the close, so I'll probably peel something off before earnings. Open was another one I entered. Weekly again looks great. We had a rise in volume when it came up here. We had 1 week when there was a little bit of selling, and then we popped through this trend line here. Got long at 112.69, and so it's working out nicely. RES is an energy play that I'm in. Got long at 26.46, and this is kind of like the How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. This is kind of like one of his setups that he talks about in the book. And, had some nice accumulation here. And then, we had closes probably within 1% or so. The buyers obviously came back in here and here. And so I'm letting this one work, but I think this is going to turn out to be a phenomenal play. Of course, I have my stop in place, and the last stock is Whole Foods, WFMI. Not my greatest play in my book, but I do like it. You see that we're in this channel. I'm not playing it because it's in a channel. I'm playing it because it looks good, and it is a fairly strong company. And it may even come up and touch this upper trend line. We'll have to see, but the stop is in place nevertheless. So that's the recap for April 18th through the 21st. Have a good weekend. Happy Easter.